here.
What's up, everybody's favorite Hot Button's favorite nerd. Today we are looking at the Toyworld Dirge, and the reason why I say Hot Button is because I think there's a lot of controversy right now surrounding Masterpiece Conehead alternatives because people have just about had it with the use of the MP11 mold and the prices that Dakar kind of continues to ask for that mold. So this is an offering. A lot of people have asked me to take a look at it. A couple people have offered me to take a look at it, but it hasn't really made sense. But this was sent to me by Randy, who also sent the Ocular Max Trailbreaker. I'm not sure if this is coming out before or after that. Either way, it finally made sense to send it through. So he sent it through, and we're going to be taking a look at it. Let's do a quick size comparison with Ramjet. Now, they are about, this is the iGear Ramjet, they're about the same size. So even though the Toyworld bot is a bit bigger than the MPs, the alt mode seems to be pretty much in line. I will say that accessory wise, he comes with, I wonder if, I'm trying to figure out, like, there we go. It has these landing gear here. A lot of these joints are a little on the stiff side. Good night. Let me see if I... No, good, no paint chip. A lot of these joints are really tight. He does have these landing gear. I'm just going to close this up halfway so I can put them back away. This one was difficult to get out as well. And then he has these two wings here that you had to kind of clip on, the two side wings for packaging reasons. And then he has two of these. And we're going to talk about this for a brief second. So the storage piece here is black plastic, and then this is like a goldish plastic, and it does fire. However, it is a hairpin trigger. Like, I was just getting it out of the box and getting it onto the unit so that you guys could see it. It was a nightmare. It was a circus. All right, so we got two of these. Let's figure out how. Well, I got another one, so that's fine. Let me put that down. What? Well, this one is. Let me just get. I'll tell you what. I'll just get one, and then I'll get the other. He also comes with a bag of screw covers and a little communicator thing, and it flips open. Has some silver paint, some green paint, some red paint. There's no shortage of paint here, and I guess you just put it in his hand or drop it out of mine. But let's talk about this. So let's put the landing gear away just in case something goes wrong. We can have these little pieces kind of stowed, and just open up these and tuck them in here. Oh, and these extend on little pistons, so that's cool-ish. Little spring-loaded pistons. So that's pretty cool. I guess they're supposed to pop out. That's a nice thought. I dig that. Up at the top, I'm not sure this does have any nose guard. I haven't really looked at this yet. The canopy does open, of course, to reveal two seats. And paint-wise, it has these detailings here that are done really well. Silver, red, yellow, and yellow. And they're done good on both sides. They look sharp. The paint on the wings looks good with the red and silver. The red is a little muted, but I'm okay with it ultimately because it all kind of matches and looks cohesive. Gold painted down on the bottom and then blue painted on the die cast. This is heavy. It does have a lot of die cast somewhere, I can tell. So let's get started. We got to get this piece out here, which isn't a big deal, but the access is relatively small. And then you gotta kind of separate this and this. Once this is separated, if you unplug this, you can get these up to 90 degrees, which will give you a little wiggle room. Split the legs, open this up in the back here. Fold this piece over, and then you slide it just a hair to the end, which gives you the clearance to get it all the way down. And then you actually, instead of pulling down, you combine or wars the leg, and you get it so that it fits in that area there, which is what I did effortlessly. And then close this back up. Easy for me to say, maybe. I don't know. We'll take a look with the other one. Fold that around. And then on this side, I shouldn't have flipped that down. Bring this, you got to bring this out here. bring the foot out, spin it around, bring it back down, and that's one leg done. So we'll do the same for the other. Open this up here. It's on a double hinge, so rock it down. Fold this in, move it over just a hair. You just want to move it over a hair. And then push that down. Combiner wars the leg up, and then slide it into there, and close it back up. And mine's, I think it's supposed to sit in there flush, but no, it can't, so that must be it. And then on the other side, once again, bring the foot out, spin it around, down, and that's your legs done. On the back, take these up and fold them in, and these will actually come around to the end, to the inside. I guess we want to close this up. I think we can do all this now. All right, good. And then for the arms, we just want to take them out, slide them down. You can separate this back piece here. It's on a hinge. Can you see that? And then you want to split this and then move these two pieces. They double hinge down to the side. Then you move these pieces out to the side, and these pieces come down and cover. Now, let me see. I think I got the camera up a little too high, a little too rough. We're gonna plug that into the back there. Oh, we gotta open these up here. You can grab the pegs and rotate them out. And then we're gonna peg this into there, and we're gonna peg this piece here into there. And it's just a matter of getting it all lined up. We're gonna do the best we can here. That's all you can ask, you know what I mean? Just do the best you can, bro. Mighty Bro Young. There. And it works relatively smoothly, to be quite honest. It's funny, like I've heard very mixed opinions about this fella, but I'm not mad at it thus far. All right, these pieces here, they double hinge up. If you want to, you can bring them to the back and spin them around right now. It's gonna help you later on. And then we can do this area, which I will raise the camera for. So you're gonna bring this piece down. Oop. Come on, girl. And this whole piece down, which will allow you to turn this and tuck that in. And then you can bring this piece back up. And now this is the part that I don't care for. Let's see here. Let's open this up, because we want to see that face. So you got to tuck this around and bring the head up through the center. And it's not hard, but it's not the easiest either. And the flap that covers down on the landing gear is no real help. So there. Then you close the landing gear, move that in, and then these pieces will actually tab into the side of the jet, which I am having a hard time seeing, but I know it's there because I saw it when we were coming up. There's one. There's the other. And then you just double hinge the head down and then bring these down. And I dig that. For the hands, something a little bit different. Just bring them out here. They're on a double hinge, and then back up. And back up. And that's it. I'll clean them up. We'll take a look at them. Let's talk about it. And look, let me say this straight away. I'm not mad at this. Like, I know some people have said it's not good. I'm not mad at it. There's a couple things I think could be done better, but we'll get there, okay? All right. So the head, nice silver finish, very funny face sculpt. Let me see if I can't. It's a little bit taller of a unit. What is he doing? It's, you know, it's like he just had like a bitter piece of cheesecake or something. Just not the best. It's a little just bizarre. It's not threatening. It's just weird. Red light piping that's covered completely by the back of the head. So why would you do that? Just paint the eyes. Paint the eyes and give him a more menacing look, and I would have had no issues. Nice silver paint on it. The paint works well here in robot mode. As for the head articulation, it's on a ball joint. You get this piece gets a little bit frustrating. He's got his hat leaned back on him, but like you know, where he's got his hat low like Jay-Z. But you know, like the head gets down to there, and then up to there, and then the swivel. So not the greatest range, but not terrible either. A waist swivel on a Seeker. That's just nice to see. It's just nice to see. Shoulders are on basically a universal joint. You have this flap here that you got to get out of the way in order to get the outward movement, but the outward movement is to 90 degrees, so nothing wrong with that. And then this still sits on top and looks okay. Bring that down. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow, getting you almost the full range. Nice little bit of red paint in there. They snuck in. I like stuff like that. You know that. And then a wrist swivel. The fingers are on a base pin knuckle and a secondary knuckle. I guess it's everywhere. So one, it's just a small bottom knuckle. But yeah, they're fully articulated, individualized fingers, and they're all on hinges, except for the thumb, which is on a ball peg, and I'm good with that. If that's the way you're going to do individual articulation on fingers, I think that's the way it should be done. So no issues there for me. Same for the other side. We've already talked about the waist swivel, which I'm absolutely loving. Coming down the figure, you have, so to speak, you have blue fans in here. They're a little loosey-goosey. It's a strange thing, but it's fine. And then gold paint there, black paint there, all looks good. For the hips, you have universals, and you have flaps that you can get out of the way. They're on universals as well. Did I already say that? I think I did. Get you the full Van Damme and the full Monty. The problem is the Monty is nice. It's on friction, and they're heavy legs because they got the die cast, so it should have been ratcheted. That's an issue. So we'll move these down. The nice gold paint. Love it. Thigh swivel. Ooh, no, but you do get a knee swivel. I think that is okay. I'm good with that. Double jointed knee gets you past 90 degrees just slightly. So that works. We already talked about the swivel. A little squeaky squeak there. Let's see if we got a squeak over here. A little squeaky squeak over there. Gold paint, black paint, all look sharp. Ankles, nothing. We do have something for the foot though. Oh, I didn't move these up, did I? These are supposed to come up. But you can have them either way. Doesn't really matter. Gold, all looks good in there. These are die cast. They're on ball pegs, so you get down to there. It's all on the toe. But, you know, it's fake it till you make it style, but I think it works okay. All down to there, up to there, and then the rocker and swivel. The rocker is subtle, but it's there. So all in all, like I think this is a pretty decent attempt at a Dirge. Couple issues I have, and we'll talk about them more in final thoughts, but I like this more than I thought I was going to. And there he is with Takara Ramjet and I-Gear Dirge. And that's another problem I have with this guy is much like their Prime, it just seems big for big's sake. And I don't think it necessarily works. Now, I've heard people say, well, you know, he's probably going to be with Season 2 jets, and they can be a little bit bigger, and it won't be. And I'm with you. I totally agree. I don't deny that for a second. I think that if you had him on his own shelf, like if you had him with Blitzwing, who's a bit bigger, Astrotrain, who's a bit bigger, I don't think you would notice an issue at all. But if having them the same size as the other Seekers is what you want, and that is what I want, I understand if the size is an issue, so to speak. Final thoughts wise, I'm not crazy about the size. Let's get that out of the way. I'm not exactly sure what the methodology was there in terms of picking that size scale, but it doesn't do it for me. I don't care for it. Outside of that, the hips should have had ratchets, the knees should have had ratchets. The shoulders probably should have had rashes just to give that more finished feel. The head sculpt is silly and it shouldn't have had light piping. It should have had red paint and that would have solved that issue. And in all honesty, I'm not sure that I like the hairpin trigger. I mean, I got a skid out of it, so that's cool. But, you know, the big gold tips at the end. I mean, you can take the tips off, obviously, and it looks more what you want. But I'm not sure that I'm crazy about that design for his accessories either. But that's definitely more a subjective thing, I guess. But I don't think many people were looking for this specific look. Maybe they were. Outside of that, though, those are really my only issues. Now, let me tell you what I like, because there's a lot more that I like than what I don't like. I love having a waist swivel. I know we've all seen it as no big deal in the past, but I'm telling you, getting that dynamic pose that we just saw a couple frames ago was definitely worth the cost of admission. I love it. I feel like I need it on my other Seekers now, to be honest with you. Outside of that, I love the transformation. I love that it's definitely its own thing. It obviously borrows some components of the Takara mold, but a lot of it is brand new. The feet are new, the back of the legs are new, the way the legs accordion is new, the way the hands work are new, the way that the chest and all that operates, it's all new. So it's definitely original, you know, and I think that that's pretty cool. They didn't hold back on the paint. We got gold paint, silver paint, red paint, yellow paint. Like, they didn't hold back. You know, they went for it. And while this isn't for me on a couple levels, mainly because of the size and that face sculpt, I prefer a lot of things about this. The way that all of this stuff in the chest tabs in and locks in is just so solid. Whereas like that MP11 mold is just falling apart at the seams. I don't know. A buddy of mine, Jisk, who's a dear friend of mine, he said recently like that he hated it. Well, he thought it was terrible, but it's okay for his collection or something similar. Like something that basically meant he didn't like it or he didn't recognize it as good, but he kind of liked it. And I think it's good. I think it's well done. I like this a lot. I like this a lot more than I thought I was going to like this. If this was in the right size and the eyes were painted and it had a different head sculpt, I'd probably be in on these. I'm a Seeker fan anyway, but I think they did a good job here. I think it looks cool. There's even, I just want to show you real quick, they even painted some black on the black forearm. It's little attention to detail stuff like that is always gonna tickle my fancy. So I think it's good. I'm not, if you can deal with the size for your collection, I don't have any reason not to recommend this. I understand, like, well, I like this option better, that option better, and I hear you. Totally get it. By all means, do what you feel. But if you were thinking about this option, if you kind of like this option, you were just waiting for somebody to say it was well put together, I'll be that guy for you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.